What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, with the, I guess, not revelation, but I forget who came up with the information that Amy Hood mandated a 30% not profit margin, but what is it? I forget what they called it. It's similar to a profit. Let's just call it, for all intents and purposes, this is called a profit margin for Xbox, right? And so that's why all these things are happening. That's why the prices are going up here, prices are going up there, blah blah blah. Now, talking about raising prices, let's talk about the whole fake outrage and the fake. And look, okay, so Xbox raised their developer kit prices, right? They were $1,500, which is like the cheapest out of everybody, and now they're $2,000, right? And I'm like, okay, and then we look and we say, oh, how much are the PlayStation 5? Oh, they're $2,000 already, $2,000 to $3,000. Oh, so what's happening, right? Xbox, like Amy Hood is sitting there like, why are our dev kits cheaper than the competition? She's trying to create parity, because what has been happening all these years is that Xbox has been trying to be the cheaper, I guess, option, or more value for devs, for console people. People want to buy consoles, all these things, right? But while doing that, it's kind of, I guess, affected the perception of not value, but worth, if that makes sense. Like, there are some people out there who believe that you get what you pay for. And I say that a lot, but that's not entirely true all the time. So the higher the price for some people, the better the product. Once again, that's not the actual truth, but that is the perception in some people's minds. And that is the perception that Sony has been banking on all these years. And that's why they want to have this premium console and premium product and all this stuff. They've always considered themselves that company, making these $800 Bluetooth speakers that aren't even stereo, just one solitary speaker made out of glass and some other stuff. $800. Or the gold, what was it, a Walkman? It was a Walkman. I think it was or a MP3. I forgot what it was. They made a solid gold PlayStation. They did so many goofy things. It's like, why? It's like, well, because we're a PlayStation, man. I guess. So now, Queen Sarah is like, yeah, we the next Xbox is gonna be premium. It's going to be high-end and curated. And that was in the last video. And I'm like, oof, okay. And now everybody's running with that. Like today, it was like, oh, guys, Xbox raising prices. Now the devs aren't safe, blah, blah, blah. Especially Dreamcast guy. He's a fool. I am compiling a list of Donkey Unicorns, and I can't tell you what I'm doing, but it's going to be a lot of work for me, but I'm going to do it. I have to do it. Nobody else is doing it. There was one content creator that was close, but I'm going to step it up, if you will. And I watch, like, I see Fratanga, I see Dirt, and they doing their thug thizzle. I ain't gonna take nothing away from them, but watch. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything. Anyway, so Sarah Bond's like, yo, bro, premium console coming your way. Let's go. And yeah, so everybody's like, oh my gosh, it's gonna cost $12 billion for the console. Yeah, and I said 1,200, and some people are like, oh, the next PlayStation 6 is gonna be 600, and the next Xbox is gonna be 1,200. Oh, but wait a second, I thought Xbox was out of the consoles. So, but now they're back in. And it's twice as much as the PlayStation 6, so that's okay that they're back in because of that fact. I mean, that's just a rumor. Now, I don't think it's going to be. Once again, I said the RAM is going to be the deciding factor of how high the price goes. Ultimately, because that's a moving number. It's going to be more than 16, obviously. Would it be 32? 32 sounds more reasonable, but 48, if they want to go for the boom, they want to go for the Grand Slam, let's go. 48, and, maybe they'll come out with a lower version RAM, or maybe you could put in your own RAM. I mean, look, I know that's unorthodox. It would be more of a PC in that respect, but it will also mitigate some of the costs. So they can be like, yo, we got a 16 gig version, but you can add another stick, make it 32, or you can add some money, make it 72, 64. 72. You can make it 64. Who knows? I don't know. But these donkey unicorns, these ponies, will find everything negative to say about it, and now they're like kind of trying to snowball this whole narrative of, oh man, it's like what did Porter Rock say? He said he was saying, oh yeah, let the PC guys deal with these Xbox people now. Oh yeah, now that they're out of consoles, they're on PCs now. I was like, they don't understand. They don't understand. Remember, I said it before. Phil, Xbox, Sarah. I don't know if Booty's doing anything, but he's the muscle. They've been playing chess all along, and PlayStation's been coloring with crayons outside the lines. I'm just saying. And this move towards PC, if you want to call it that, just for the dummies, just to simplify this argument so that people understand what I'm saying. This one console world, the one console reality. Remember, I said this a couple of videos ago. A lot of people, there were some people in the community talking about, in the video game community as a whole, talking about the one console future, where there's just going to be one console with all the games on it, and that's what it's going to be. And then a lot of people are like, yeah, it's called a PC, dummy. It's like, no, that's not what we mean. It means it's going to be an actual console, blah, blah, blah. And so now Xbox is like, we kind of made that, right? They kind of made it. They kind of did it. And so, I mean, they weren't wrong, but now it's making the ponies and the donkey unicorns not know how to argue anymore, because they're saying things that it's like supposed to be a W for PlayStation and an L for Xbox, but I'm like, okay, so we're quote unquote PC gamers now. Where's the problem? I'm still playing Spider-Man on my Xbox. So how does that make you feel? And that's the main thing. They can't visualize, and they can't articulate how it feels to watch someone play Spider-Man on God of War on an Xbox. And it's not even like, oh, it's Sony ported it. No, we just took it and we put it on the Xbox. That's kind of the most slap in the face move by Xbox. Xbox is like, you don't want to put the games on our console? All right, that's no, that's cool. We got this. And so it's like, okay, Satya, you know the Windows dude, right? Sorry, yes, I do. I know I will talk to you. Thank you. I will. Okay, we're gonna hook up, and then we're gonna do some stuff. And say, all right. You still owe me 30%. Amy said 30. I'm just saying. He's like, I know, Satya. I know. Relax. I got this. And so they're like, boop, boop, boop. And they're like, okay, so all these games that we're selling on PlayStation, that 70% that we're getting, does that help with the margin? I mean, right? It does, right? That's one of the reasons why they're putting games on PlayStation, so they can meet that 30%, right? And like, yeah, okay, sure. And then they're not taking any losses on hardware. That way, it doesn't eat into the margins, right? Because as I understand it, their margins were, what was it? Was it 17 to 20? I think it was 10 to 20%. I think it was 17 to 20%. Anyway, it was in the teens. It was like 10 to 20%, whatever it was, right? And I'm like, okay, that's cool. PlayStation they were in the single digits. I don't even know if they got out of the single. I don't know if they're in double digits now. They might be because they raised all the prices and stuff. But it's so hilarious that I'm like, okay, Xbox has been making more profit than PlayStation for a while. Y'all don't see it. Y'all don't hear it. Y'all block it out because they're spending $500 million on Spider-Man 3 or whatever it is, $400 million or whatever. And it's like, they spent $315 on Spider-Man 2. Did they make 30% back? Did they make 15% back off of that? I don't even know. Especially since they had to give a big giant cut to Disney. So you look at it business-wise, you look at what Sony's doing, you look at what Microsoft, Sony has the hearts and minds, but they ain't making the money. And that's why they're changing. That's why they're putting games on Xbox. That's why you see that they didn't block any of the games from going to that new handheld Xbox that everybody's loving right now. They didn't block them. Like all these ponies and donkey unicorns, they're going to block the games because there's no way that they're going to have our games, our exclusives on an Xbox. This is blasphemy. They can't do it. No. They ain't saying nothing. PlayStation is silencio over there at PlayStation. They ain't saying nothing. They just chilling. They're like, Mr. Totoki? Yes. What's the next game that, this is Herman, by the way. Which is the next game do you want to? May I suggest, possibly, I don't know, a little game called Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm just saying, it's ready to go. And listen, Herman, I know what you're doing, okay? Don't try to push your babies all over this place. Look, Herman's, I would say that the next game to come to Xbox would be Horizon Zero Dawn because Herman is nepotism, and it's not even people. It's nepotism for his game. I don't know what you call that. I guess it's just favoritism. Gametism? I don't even know what you call it. But he's gonna push his games and his people's the guerrilla games all day long. Horizon, his baby, his redheaded baby, not even a stepchild. I don't know what she is, but yeah, she's actually a clone, right? Is that how it goes? Spoilers. I don't even know if that's right. But yeah, that's why they're doing it because they got to make that money. PlayStation has to make that money. So day and date on PC, yes, that's happening. All those multiplayer games that they're coming out with, I mean, we haven't even really discussed like Marathon and how everyone in the industry, all these content creators, everybody is saying this game is going to fail. You watch, you listen to Jimmy Neutron over there, right? And he's like, everybody, all of these Xbox content creators are saying it's not an Xbox. It's not an Xbox. It's not an Xbox. Did you ask the people who made the device what it is? Because I'm sure that they have the say in what it is. It's not up for public debate. It's what they made. They made it. They get to ascribe a personality. I don't know what you would call it. I don't know if the device has a personality, but I don't know what it is. They get to say what it is, and it literally says handheld console / PC on the back of it. Literally. Now, the debate is like, is it a console? Is it a PC? I mean, look, I try to simplify it and I say it's an Xbox. I don't say it's a console because the definition of a console is different because people are used to a console being this, that, and the third. And I understand that. So what I say is that it's an Xbox. And by saying it's an Xbox, it is not limited to that closed up definition of what everybody thinks a console is. and that whole closed up mindset is kind of what is stifling the industry right now. And Xbox is going the closed up mindset is driving down the highway straight, not even turning, right? But Xbox is like, yeah, I'm gonna take this exit, the open-minded exit right here, where all the green pastures, aka money, that's where we going. We going where the money's at. So you can sell as many phantom consoles as you want, and nobody plays your games, and we gonna sell all the games. And Sarah said it. Queen Sarah, sorry, Your Highness. Queen Sarah said it. She said, people, the exclusivity, way of doing things is antiquated. People want to play the games wherever they at, how they want to play them, blah, blah, blah. And that's true. Not everybody wants a handheld. Not everybody wants a PC. Not everybody wants a console. And Xbox is making basically everything. They got the handheld PC going. They're going to have their own little handheld, hopefully. And they're going to have a console that's going to be a beast. And the beauty of what they're doing. And I think I'm gonna dive into this because I've been watching like technology a little bit more than usual, right? And so they have all these little mini PCs, micro PCs. I don't even know if it's mini or micro. They're small. It's like smaller than an Xbox small. And I'm looking at them like, yo, that looks all right. And so this whole like micro PC movement is kind of cool because with the Microsoft PlayStation, the Xbox FSE, if they get it to a place where it's like it feels natural and it feels like the next generation Xbox UI dashboard platform, then I could build whatever I want, and it's an Xbox because once you set it up, boom, you turn it on. It's an Xbox. It acts just like an Xbox, except I can go on Steam, I can go GOG and all this stuff. So it's cool. And, it's the future, basically. And the future is, Queen Sarah said it. People, the having the walled garden and having your only one console and one store and having your stuff kind of just regulated to that is antiquated. And people like what Microsoft is doing is that they are looking at the audience, the people who are buying games, and the people who are coming up, the young, the Gen Zs and the Gen Alphas and such, right? And those kids, now adults, just getting out of college and such, getting careers, they don't want a plastic box and a walled garden. That's for old people. That's for Gen Xers, for the most part. Some of us have the ability to adapt to the movements. Some people don't. The old fogies that are crying about it right now, they don't understand. They don't get it. And the young kids are like, huh? Why would I want to just play on PlayStation? And a lot of them are kind of indoctrinated by their parents. It's like, this is what we did, so this is what you're going to do. It's like, that's not, okay, but some kids, they got laptops, they're on Steam, they built their library since they're 12 years old, playing Counter-Strike Go and Counter-Strike and all that stuff. Playing World of Warcraft. I don't know if they're playing World of Warcraft, but they're playing everything on there. You go on Steam, there's so many free games, it's ridiculous. So the audience that is captive, that is ready to be served, is what Microsoft is looking at. It's what they're looking at with these new products. PlayStation is trying to capture the same people that they captured. They're trying to catch the same fish over and over and over again. Those fish will eventually get too old to be caught. If you know what I'm saying? That their audience will not grow anymore because we're all old. We're aging out. Some of us will be like, I can't see and hear no more. I can't play video games. Oh well. That's not a hindrance. There are many blind gamers out there, and you're like, what? How does that work? Well, they're not 100%. Well, I think there was a story about this one kid that was blind, and his I guess his brother or somebody was helping him play or something. I forgot what it was. It was kind of cool. But anyway, tangent. But it's like you look at who is the audience, right? And okay, I have I have a little bit of story. I have a friend of mine who has a business, and he sells products, legal products, not anything shady. He's a legitimate businessman. He sells products. He sells electronics. He sells all kind of things, housewares, everything, right? And he has his connections with distributors and all this stuff. So he does his thing, right? And so he just bought like a brand new recently. Brand new car. I'm not gonna say what kind of car it is, but it's a nice car. So it's well above my pay grade car. Like yeah. And I'm like, okay. He told me how much. I was like, and then he's like, yeah, I was looking at this other car, but that one's like, I was like, I was like, I can't. Stop saying these giant numbers, please. I feel really not okay. Stop it. Anyway, so he's a PlayStation dude, right? And not because he doesn't like Xbox. It's because it was just the most popular thing, and he bought it because everybody was buying PlayStation. See, so it's like a hive mind, kind of a lemmings type of thing happening with that. When you're the most popular thing, that's what you buy, right? Everybody's buying PlayStation. Oh, I should get a PlayStation because everybody's buying PlayStation. I guess everybody knows that it's the best or whatever, right? That's kind of what's going on, right? But I told him, I was like, look, he's got his new car, his new ride. And he's like, yo, I love it. I like it when I had the turbo in it, and then I go in the tunnel and I roll down the windows, and he's got like little kids and stuff, and he roll down the windows and he hits it and he goes, and he makes a noise, and the kids are like, yay! And he's like, yeah, man, it's so cool. I was like, yeah, all right, yeah. That sounds like just dumb fun. He's like, yeah, but it's dumb. It's a waste of money. I waste so much money on this thing, but it's fun. What are you gonna do? Yeah. I was like, hey, look, just enjoy it. You like it, just enjoy it. That's cool. And then he was like, yeah, man, now I would play Gran Turismo, but I don't like it because it's a sim. And I was like, well, you got to play Forza Horizon 5, at least 5. It's in Mexico, and you get to all the cars, and it's like, it's arcadey, but it's like birthed from a sim. So it has all the customization of like the wheels and the liveries and all this stuff. And I was breaking it down to him. He's like, wow, really? Wow. And I can do the Game Pass thing, right? I was like, yes, you don't even have to buy it. Just Game Pass, boom. And he's like, $20. And I was like, yeah, but it's $30 now, but sure, yeah. And he's like, oh, okay. And I told him about the ROG Xbox Ally X because he has little kids and he's got another one on the way. So he was like, yeah, man, the kids and I have no time. I can't sit down and play games because then when I sit down, then the kids want to be on the TV or my wife wants to be on the TV and I can't do that. I can't play. And I was like, yo, you get the Xbox ROG Ally X because you a baller, so you could get the big one. And he was like, I don't know. And I told him how much it was. He's like, oh, I can't do it. No, she's not going to. I was like, listen, for your sanity, get it. You like it. Get Game Pass and download Forza Horizon 5 and just be happy. That's what you're going to do, okay? Do that, and you're going to be happy, and that's what's up. And he's like, okay, I don't know. But, it's like, it's like other stories I could tell you, but it's just like, when you think about these two companies and what they're doing, like PlayStation, this is kind of connected. Like he has a teenager that's staying with him, like a friend of a relative or something. And the teenager's father bought him a PlayStation, the Ghost of Yote, with the special edition. And the kid is like, oh, I got the special. Like, why'd you get that one? You should have got the regular one and just got the game. It's like, yeah, but this special edition is not gonna be around. It's like, he's a kid, so he doesn't know any better. So it's like, he was like, yo, you can get special editions. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's a, whatever. You can go on eBay, find all kind of special editions. They're not. If you are super attached to the property or whatever, then that's different. Like Spider-Man, sure, because if you're a Spider-Man freak, you get the Spider-Man and you like it because it's Spider-Man. But Ghost of Yote, nobody cares about that. Come on, son. It's like whatever. And he's too young to even know. He's just like kind of bought it because it was there or whatever. But anyway, he's just kind of explaining to me how, the youth don't understand. Well, he didn't understand the value and the smart way to go about it to get the same experience. And like looking down the road that, you did waste your money as far as getting the special edition, because it's not going to be, maybe it'll be worth something to it. Maybe be a little bit of nostalgic for that kid because it was his first special edition. Maybe it was. I don't even know. But anyway, he was just kind of going on how he's like wasting his money on video games and cars and stuff. And I was like, look, man, you just got to enjoy. You make it the money, you enjoy the money. That's all. Just don't worry about it, man. You know what I'm saying? And he was also saying like he would sit with his younger son and like watch movies. He was watching, he's a big Dragon Ball Z head, my friend. And so he's trying to introduce him to his son to it. And the original Dragon Ball Z, not the Super, not the remake and all stuff, like the original. And I was like, oh man, that's kind of cool. And he was kind of going through like specific episodes, like, oh, I'm going to show you. What do you think about this? Let me see if you're my actual son. I was like, okay, that's pretty good. So it's like, when you think about like that interaction, and that's over Dragon Ball Z, like he loved Dragon Ball Z as a kid, and now he has a kid, and he's going to try to introduce him. And that correlates, that goes across two video games in a way. And it would have been the same like for Xbox or for PlayStation if this generation didn't go the way it did, with all the price hikes and all this craziness happening, and with PlayStation having no games. So when you go and say, oh man, I remember playing all these really cool games on my PlayStation 5, not all these cool. A couple, but not all these, because it ain't a lot, because I ain't got no game. All these cool games like Forza Horizon 5. Oh, I see. Yeah, those Xbox games. Okay, sure. And then the thing about, I've said this before, the thing about the kids, right, the alpha, the young kids that are coming up in like elementary, high school right now, they don't have PlayStation tablets, they have Android tablets, and they're emulating, they're playing PC games, basically, right? And so they're being trained on PC. So, and then when they get to high school, they're going to get a laptop, if they don't have one already, to do their homework. PC, not a PlayStation. They're not doing homework on a PlayStation. They're doing homework on a PC. And so now, this whole generation coming up is being trained on PCs. So that's their language. That's their familiarity. That's what they know. And what will they do when they get older? And when they say, oh, I want a game. They already on PC. They probably already have Steam games. They're going to get a PC. They already know. And the thing about PC is that, people, I'm going to say ponies and donkey unicorns, not people, because people have a lot more sense than they do. Ponies and donkey unicorns equate PC to, this foreign thing that it's so dense and so difficult to understand. What most young people are doing is they're getting laptops, which is a PC, which is portable. It's a PPC. And the only difference between a laptop and a ROG Xbox Ally X is that it's the form function. And I don't think they have any laptops with the specs of the ROG Xbox yet. I'd have to look that up. I don't know if there's many NPUs in laptops. I might be wrong about that, but that, moving forward, that's going to be the norm, right? So every laptop will have all this stuff, and so these young kids coming up, that's what they know. They're not scared of PC. They're used. That is normal life. To turn on the PC, going. They can type 159 words a minute. I don't know if that's a lot. I really don't. I think that's a lot. So it's like there's so the disconnect between the generations, donkey unicorns and normal people, is blaringly obvious because of how they're acting, what they're doing, their behavior, And I'm sitting here, I'm looking like all the young people that I know, and this one particular kid, he was young. He was a younger brother, right? The older brother, for some reason, liked Rubik's cubes a lot. So I don't know how many games or stuff that he plays, but the young brother played a lot of games. He played Counter-Strike. He played DayZ. He played all that stuff on his laptop. And he was how old was he? He's probably 12, playing these games, right? And I think he's in college now. Might be out of college by now. I don't know. And if you're 12 years old and you're on PC, primarily, you're going to look at a console and be like, that's not as good as what I got, so why would I even go there? It's the PC. There is a generation of PC master race beings that have been trained to be PCMRs. That's it. And so Microsoft is seeing that. They're like, oh, yeah, most kids are on tablets and they go to laptops because of school. When we went to school, we didn't have laptops. We barely had calculators. Like, if you had the right class, you'd be like, yeah, you need a calculator because you can't do all this stuff. So you get a science calculator. And I was like, I think I had it once in one class. And I was like, whatever. I didn't care. I think that was college, actually. But I don't even remember using it, actually. So anyway, so I'm like, y'all don't. They're not taking into account the difference in the generation, the difference in technology, the difference in the behaviors. They don't know that these kids are laptops. You know what I'm saying? If young kids today are into consoles, it's not because they just found it somewhere. No, their parents introduced them to, or they saw their parents playing and they want to do it too. That's why. You know what I'm saying? We were the first generation. Before us, there were no consoles. So now our kids are emulating us in a way, or they're being indoctrinated in a way, or they say, yeah, that's cute, pop, but I'm going to go on my super high-power PC, water-cooled laptop. I'm sure there's a water-cooled laptop. I'm just saying. But anyway, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. But I appreciate you hanging on the show. Like and subscribe. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know what you think about Amy Hood slapping that 30 everywhere on filling them. See how they will react. How they can I want to say weather the storm, because I don't think it's a super bad thing. It's definitely affecting what Xbox was, but I don't necessarily think that that's a bad thing, because of, if you look at the history of Xbox with from the decades, they've made some really great games, really awesome hardware, but it's still the perception of them is still less than what it should be, based off of like the merits of the actual hardware and the merits of their games. And so, I mean, that has to do with social machines, if you will, social mechanisms that we have to deal with through Twitter and everything else. But I think what's happening is that they are kind of not joining forces, but they're kind of getting closer to the PC gaming community in a way by introducing this product to the market, and it's being accepted and praised as something. What the heck was that? Something that's really cool. And so that's a good first step. And so as long as they keep moving in a positive direction, I think it'll be all good and stuff. But anyway, I appreciate, and talk to you on the next one. Till the wait.